Alright, welcome to our listening and speaking. What? Oh my god. Welcome to our teaching, listening and speaking class. Alright, as we agreed that we wouldn't do any makeup class like face to face, so let's try this one. It would be cool if it worked, but if it doesn't work, we'll find a plan B. Alright, so for the couple of weeks ago, we studied a lot about speaking, teaching, or speaking or phonological processes and how we teach them to the pronunciation part, right? But I think it's already the time that we will move to the listening บ้าง จำได้ไหมว่า for the first class that we met, we talked about the differences between hearing and listening. Hearing คือ you got the sounds เข้าหูซ้ายไปหูขวา right? So you get the sounds whatever you hear. It doesn't have to provide you any meaning at all. You don't have to understand it. สมมติว่าได้ยินเสียงการตบมือไหม So if you hear these sounds, it's about hearing. But if you focus on that and it will become alright, you are listening to this sound and then you will think about, alright, this is not that loud. It's louder and there are 3 tips sounds. So this become listening because it isn't just you hear the sound and then it's gone through, but you hear the sound and then it's gone to your brain and it's become some process on the memories. Alright, another thing that I would like to highlight again อันนี้ถือว่าทวนก่อนแล้วกัน Listening is a จำได้ไหม precursor of speaking. So in the second language acquisition and the first language acquisition, they are pretty much the same. So when you think about which one comes first, พูดก่อนหรือว่าได้ยินก่อน So think about a baby ก็ได้ So when you were young, you think อะไรมาก่อน เด็กได้ยินฟังออกก่อนรู้เรื่องก่อน right? And then they just start to speak. So speaking is a kind of process that it's like a human imitate what they hear or what they listen and then it become a speaking ability, right? So listening is a precursor of speaking. Another case that is very clear, I think very obvious, it is the deaf and the mute. So think about a person. If you are deaf, you definitely mute. อันนี้คือหมายถึงตั้งแต่เกิดนะ ถ้าคนที่เกิดมาแล้วเป็นคนที่หูหนวก so automatically deaf. But if you were born mute, ยังได้ยินรู้เรื่องอยู่ไหม So the listening process still work, right? So this is the highlight that we need to focus before we start to learn about like another process of teaching. ถือว่ารู้เขารู้เราครบ100 ครั้งชนะ100 ครั้งแล้วกันเนาะรู้ว่าคนฟังเขาต้องฟังยังไงมันสำคัญขนาดไหนเราจะได้รู้ว่าเวลาที่เราโฟกัสเรื่องการสอนเราจะเอาอะไรมาก่อนได้บ้าง There are 2 processes of listening that is very important ในการเรียน top down and bottom up. So think about a building นึกถึงตึกแล้วกัน So top down ขึ้นต้นด้วย top ใช่ไหม Top down is mean you are on the top and then down is mean like you standing down there. Okay, so think about this one. Top down processing mean you listen to things. You're trying to explore the meaning by using your previous background, which we call it schema. คุณแม่ schema. So it means like you're trying to listen for the information by using your background knowledge. ไม่ใช่การที่เราเดินดุมๆไปเลยหรือฟังมั่วซั่วไปเลยเรามี some background อยู่ในหัวอยู่แล้ว and then you're trying to match that information with the new information or the new input that you get. So in this process, the learner use existing schema clues from the context and key signals to predict and understand the meaning. I would like to highlight this word, to predict. So a learner or the listener has some assumption like what they or he or she will hear before they start listening to whatever. So it means like you get some ideas, you know what you are going to listen and you have some knowledge background on that. Another case is I think it's very obvious that we talked once already in terms of listening. Think about Gordon Ramsay ใช่ไหมที่เขาเป็นเชฟ he's a very famous chef ในรายการอะไรสักอย่างของอเมริกาจำไม่ได้โอเค Gordon Ramsay เป็นคนที่ทำอาหารเก่งมาก he's a very good chef and then เขาต้องเรียนรู้วิธีการทำ lasagna and then he needs to listen to the recipe of lasagna Gordon Ramsay ทำ lasagna เป็นอยู่แล้ว but he need to listen to the lasagna in Indian style. He knows exactly what's supposed to be in lasagna. He knows exactly how to cook that. But he knows that he need to listen and then trying to wait for the part that เมนูของอินเดียต่างกับอเมริกันยังไง so he doesn't have to go one by one first put the oil or second whatever but what he will do is that he will try to categorize the information trying to match ว่าของอินเดียกับของอเมริกาต่างกันตรงไหน so with the knowledge background that he has and with the differences between two recipes that means the listening process he's using is the top-down processing alright I would like to move to another process บ้างแล้วเพื่อเราจะมาเทียบกันได้แล้วกันเนาะ so now it's a bottom up ยืนอยู่ใต้ตึกเดี๋ยวเราต้องปีนป่ายไป when it's come to bottom up you don't know what is waiting ใช่ไหมเราไม่รู้เลยว่ามีอะไรที่รออยู่ข้างหน้าบ้าง so it means you don't see anything you keep going step by step ไปทีละอันไปทีละอันไปทีละอัน right so ถือว่าตรงข้ามกันกับ the top down process so in the bottom up process meaning is not just within the words okay so in the bottom up process the listener attempts to understand a text by individually processing every sound and word I would say individually processing ไปทีละ listen one by one and then trying to understand every single input becauseพวกเขาไม่รู้เลยว่า what background knowledge that they have to use in the same case แล้วกันอาจารย์ให้นึกถึง Gordon Ramsay อีกละ Gordon Ramsay เป็นเชฟ right and then if he need to listen for วิธีการสอนภาษาอังกฤษสมมติต้องมาฟังคอนเทนต์เรา Gordon Ramsay probably has no idea at all about วิธีการสอนภาษาอังกฤษ1 2 3 4อย่างเงี้ย so when he listen to this one without a knowledge background he needs to understand every single word every sound one by one ทำให้อันนั้นกลายเป็นสิ่งที่เรียกว่า bottom up process